Hey there, Space Cats. Cai Animates here, and God, I wish I didn't have to make a video like this, but hey, here we are. If you enjoy videos like these, please make sure you let me know in the comments. But let's get into it. I have a job.
Oh! Ew! What the fuck?
And in that job entails certain responsibilities. I work in a corporate office, so working in those type of spaces, you have to make sure things run as smoothly as possible. And that goes double for me because I work a security slash receptionist role. I say slash receptionist because it does involve filling out a lot of papers, and sometimes it can require things like lifting and walking around and camera watching. Going on a side tangent really quick, if you haven't worked anywhere, I feel like the best place to start would be a corporate office. You get to deal with the same people almost every day. You build a rapport. You probably develop friendships, or with most people, relationships, and you can kind of gauge how people will act on any given day because it's almost as if you know them. You have enough time to get to know them. But it does become a little bit trouble when a newbie is introduced, because depending on the newbie, they could be either really, really good or really, really bad. In my case, this one was really, really bad. Now, for protection of her privacy, of course, we're gonna call her Sunny. And the best way I could describe her is with this picture. I'm not trying to actually joke or anything. She legitimately looked like this. As a man, I feel like I would feel very horrible on trying to get on somebody about the way that they look. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and to some people, I must have an ugly mug myself. So I'm not gonna sit up here and try to call anyone ugly or anything. This is legitimately what she looked like. I would also like to mention that Sunny is in her older years, and unfortunately, I guess with that age also managed to manifest entitlement, because she literally treated everybody like we were either her subordinates or her children. Either way, it kind of sucked, and I would have called child services immediately if she treated her kids like the way she treated me. But I digress. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself, so let's talk about the things that actually led up to this. For starters, the fact that she got written up twice. She literally done various things to mess up her job before we even got on the same shifts together. So one thing I actually watched her do, she was full on cussing in front of the building in broad daylight in front of the higher ups. One of them caught her, asked her not to do that, and she got written up automatically because yeah, you shouldn't be on your device anyway in the middle of work. The second write-up is because she was a no-call, no-show. What's funny is that was going to do her in the future. That was pretty good foreshadowing. Number 3, she was just absolutely nasty to people, especially me for some odd reason, which I didn't understand, to the point where all of my coworkers knew I didn't like her. I've had a good reason, because honestly, I like everybody, regardless of how somebody else feels about some person. To me, you are innocent until you give me a reason to see that you're not. And she gave me plenty of reasons. I'm skipping a lot of context because I want to talk about those more in depth in another video, but right now I'm going to talk about her attitude a little bit. She would try to come off as nice and would sometimes actually make a snide comment or two. On top of that, a lot of times she would just outwardly terrible. I'm the kind of person that is a leave the problems at the door type deal, and I try to deliver as chipper as an attitude as possible, because in a world that's currently a dumpster fire right now, I like to spread a little bit of positivity. So I try my best not to exhibit anything that happens in my personal life to have it leak on into my work life. She did not do any of that, which again has caused her to be written up a few times. So one day she walks in, I say my good afternoon, she says her good afternoons, and I'm on the second half of a double. So I've been there since this morning. So I'm maintaining a pretty positive attitude because it's like, yes, got through one half, another half to go. So she looks like she's in a decent mood, so I don't really pay her too much mind. She grabs her walkie and goes to the front desk. I'm like, cool. I sit down, I do my radio check, and she doesn't answer. Once again, I do my radio check. She still doesn't answer. Unfortunately, I cannot create the email or send it out without getting a proper radio check, which is basically I call, they respond on the radio just to make sure it's up and running for everybody. So I call her directly because she was the only person that didn't answer, and I say, "Hi, Sunny. You didn't answer when I made the call. Are you able to hear me?" She says she doesn't. I find out that her radio is on another channel, and I say, "Hey, just click it turn this way, and it should go back to the channel that you're supposed to be on." She does it. I'm like, "Okay, we're good now." I'm going on my tour. One person answers, she does not. I say it again, and I ask her to confirm that her radio is up and running, and she does. I go up and start my tour. I'm in the middle of it, pretty much in between floors, where she calls me on the radio to ask if she can speak with me. I believe personally that it was something going on. I assumed that it was something involving the computers. Because she was so old, she was not that tech savvy. I didn't mind helping her every now and again. I stop my tour and head downstairs to see what's going on. I go to the front. She waits for someone to walk away, which, oh God, I kind of wish she stayed because I would have had a witness to what she's done. This played off as cinematic and weird, so I'm going to have it cinematic. She sits for a second, stands up, smacks her hand on the table, using many angry gestures, and starts saying, "I don't appreciate being told what to do. I've been in law enforcement for 20 plus years, and just because you're a man, that doesn't mean I will allow you to treat me this way." And she starts full on going into an episode, I guess, because she's full on screaming at me at this point, throwing her hands around and things of that sort. At one point, I actually thought she was going to hit me. And you want to know what's bad about that? Even if there was some semblance of me defending myself, she probably would have still been in the right because I am a grown man and she is a grown woman nearing her 80s. So you could guess how that would possibly look by any stretch of the imagination. I sit, and while she's doing her tirade, I just stand there just looking at her, and I let her finish. Once she finished, I stand and I say, "Thank you, have a good one." And I proceed to walk away, saying very little because I didn't want to get myself in trouble. But something awoken inside of me when she goes, "Yeah, you better turn around and walk away." Walk away?
Did you just
Tell me to walk away? Domain expansion. Kill! And that's it with the video. You guys, I'm gonna have to cut this short and make a part 2 because my goodness, this is pretty long already and I still got plenty more to say. I am so sorry for leaving you guys on a cliffhanger, but in the next video, I'm going to talk about one, what happened next after that, the things that I said, and also how she wound up getting fired. So if you want to hear about all of that, please stay tuned and please forgive me. I've never done a cliffhanger like this before and I'm so sorry. But yeah, so cue outro. And if you want to hear a little bit of extra content text, I will talk a little in the outro. So yeah, if you want to stay for that, you can. But yeah, bye. My dear space cats, thank you all for sticking around towards the end of the video. I'm gonna say this really quick. She wound up getting fired and rehired 3 separate times. That's not a joke. I don't know what kind of funhouse they're running, but I'm probably gonna get myself fired to give myself a week's vacation and come right back. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I do want to say thank all of you guys for watching, and thank you for sticking around and seeing me do the things that I do best. You guys are absolutely amazing, and the reason why I do this is because of you. I love you all so much. Get home safe if you are somewhere else. And yeah, I will see you all in another video. Have a good one, Space Cats.